Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're going to take something that is just ordinary and make it a little special. I hope you'll join me. Hi, Tammy here with Frou-frou, and today I wanted to do just a quick little tutorial for altering just a simple kind of travel size journal that you can keep in your bag. It's just got plain lined paper in it, and I think I got these from Amazon, and they came in like a pack of a dozen or something like this. I got these a couple years ago because I did a craft show that was around this time of year, and I wanted something that people could pick up for gifts, and that wasn't really expensive, and these went really well. So if you do craft shows, for me, the one I went to, these did really well. And so I'm going to show you quickly how to kind of alter these and make them into something a little more special. And maybe I'll quit saying and we can get started. I'm going to pull up my ratty. This is my favorite t-shirt, and as you can see, it's been through the ringer. So I'm going to pull up my ratty sleeves so you don't have to look at that, and we'll get started. This is the sample that we're going to kind of go by, and I'm going to show you how to make every part of this. And we're going to start with this little thing, which is just kind of an altered paper clip kind of deal, but it has this on it that will hold a pen or pencil. And when I did them for the craft show, I did include the pencils, and this particular pencil is a mechanical pencil, and I think I got these at like the Dollar Tree or something like that, and they came 3 or 4 in a pack. And they had them in different colors, and I also did some that had ballpoint pens, that with a removable top, that were really cute. So first I'll show you how to make this part, and then we'll get into altering the actual book. So for this, what you're going to need is some craft or some other kind of fairly stiff cardstock. For the one we're going to make, we're actually going to make, this one is like a gratitude journal for Thanksgiving time. A lot of people do the, days of gratitude or whatever. And that's what I made this particular kind for. And, this was on the outside with the pen or pencil. And then on the inside, you have a pocket in the front, and you have a pocket in the back so that you can stick, whatever you want. And then there's a journaling card in there that you can move along the days. So if you're, writing every day from November 1st or whatever up to Thanksgiving, you can move this marker to whatever day you're on. And so, like I said, these went really well. But today what we're going to do is we're going to do one for Christmas, because they also do really well as people like to throw them in their bags and use them to jot down their Christmas activities, like their list or, places they have to be and things like that. So, and I keep one in my purse, actually, and I would much rather it be something cute. So I usually make myself one every year, just to jot things down, because I'm still a paper person. You know, I occasionally may make notes in my phone or whatever, but most of the time I'm writing down on paper, because I find out that if I write it down on paper, I remember it a lot better, even if I forget my list, which happens a lot too. So, I've got some things pre-prepared, but we're going to start by making the little pen holder with the altered paper clip. And I forgot to get a paper clip out. So, and these are just the large paper clips for this. And you're also going to need a piece of elastic. And you're going to want to, depending on whether you have a pen or pencil, that's going to determine how big you're going to leave the little loop, you know, so that the pen or pencil slides in or out. Of course, the pens are a little fatter, the ones I had were, so your little loop is going to be a little bit bigger for a pen than it is for a pencil. So you're going to cut a piece of cardstock, and this particular piece is Tim Holtz's new cardstock that he has in colors. And it is about 2.5 by 4 3/4. And that doesn't have to be, you know, exactly that size. You just want it to be a pretty good size so that you can get your elastic and your paper clip in there and have room to kind of decorate it. So that is that part. And then what we're going to do is we are going to approximately in the center of this, we are going to slit a slit right down the seam, if I can find my little knife here. And you want that to be, I'm moving it over to the side. I'm not sure if this is still in frame or not, but I'll show you what I'm doing after I get it done. You want the slit to be long enough that your paper clip is going to slide through there, but that also your elastic is going to slide through. So, see, basically what I've done is just cut a slit. Right here, I'll stick my little thing through it so you can see. See, I've cut a slit right there. And that is what is going to allow both our paper clip and our elastic to come out of. Okay, so this is going to be the outside once we put it on the journal. So we'll go ahead and put our paper clip in there, and you want the long side of the paper clip to be on the outside. So we'll put it in like this, hopefully, like this. Okay, so that's what we have so far. And then when you open it up, you're going to take your elastic and you're going to poke through the hole. If I can get it through there. May have to slit my hole a little bigger. And make it come out the other side. Let me make that just a little wider. And by wider, I mean not lengthwise, but the width of the, see, I'm going to lift this up and this middle piece is going to come out so that it's a little wider than just one slice with the knife, like that. Okay, and then you can trim that off. And then for this one, I used just regular craft stock, and then I put paper on top of it. For this one, I'm going to use it the color that it is because it matches what I'm doing. But either way will work fine. So let's put our paper clip back on. And we're going to try to slide this through again. I need to get my little pokey tool to help me get it through there. Of course, when you're trying to do a video, you're all thumbs. Okay, so that's what you got. Okay, and this is when you want to measure your loop. So you want to put whatever utensil, is that the right word? Utensil that you're going to use, and measure how big you want that. You want it to be snug, but not too snug. And you can just pull on the tails on the back side until you get it, you know, where it's good and snug. Okay? Now, after you do that, you're going to take a stapler and you're going to staple the two pieces of elastic together. And I use my tiny attacher, but you could use a regular stapler as well. So that's what we have. We have our little plastic loop, elastic loop, and then we have our paper clip on the back. Okay. Now we're going to take our 3-in-1 glue. I have not ever tried to do this with art glitter glue. In my mind, it won't work, but it might. I always use my 3-in-1. And you're going to want to cover everything. You're going to want to put it all the way around the edges on both sides. I put it on top of the elastic so that it's not going to slip out anymore. I put it over the paper clip, and that holds your paper clip in place. And then all over the other side as well. Okay, so you just want to make sure you're gluing it up really well. All right, and then you're just going to close it and give it a good smoosh all the way around. And of course, you know, the options for this are endless. If you wanted to brown those edges, you could, to give it, you know, a more rounded look, or you can leave them as is. Like I said, you can cover them with paper, you know, whatever works. And I'm going to put a couple clamps on this, and we'll move on to covering the book while we wait for it to get good and dry. Okay. I'll set it right up there. All right. So for the book, this is just regular scrapbook paper. And again, you could use, you know, whatever you want to do. Really, you could use, because you've already got these, do anyway. They have a pretty sturdy craft cover, and I may have said this already, but the signature is sewn in. I picked this one intentionally because it is sewn. It's not just stapled. So it's a pretty well-made book. It's going to be able to take a beating, you know, from opening, closing, coming in and out your bag, whatever. You know, they're good and sturdy, so you don't really have to worry about that. So really, whatever you put on here, you could do fabric, you could do wrapping paper, you could do, you know, you could collage all this in book page, whatever you wanted to cover it with. I'm just giving you the concept of how it can work. And, you know, you guys are creative enough that, you know, you can do whatever and it'll look great, I'm sure. So for this one, it's going to have a more vintage look, and so I am going to ink it up because this paper is Christmas Carol, kind of inspired. A Christmas Carol. It's by Graphic 45, and this, I think, is a couple of years old. It's not their latest paper, Christmas paper. Of course, you know, the holidays were all ruined last year, so most of my Christmas stuff is actually stuff I had left over from the year before, because I didn't do any craft shows last year, of course, because everything was canceled, and, you know, we didn't even have a real Christmas at our house. We did open gifts, but we didn't have dinner or anything like that because, you know, everybody was so afraid of exposing everybody else. You know, my whole family wasn't here, and it was just not the same. So hopefully this year will be much better. My whole family is vaccinated, so hopefully we'll get back to it. And this is just a little piece that I have cut, and for the spine, just to give the spine a nice look. And I'll tell you the measurements in a minute. It is pouring here. We have a cold front coming in, and it's been in the 80s, and I think tonight it's supposed to get down into the 50s or something like that, and then tomorrow night it's supposed to get down into the 40s. So, I mean, that's how the weather is where I live. You just have to kind of wake up and look out the window to see what it's going to be like that day. Okay, this is about 2 1/4 inches wide, and then it has about 1/4 of an inch spine here. So I you know, scored it so that I'd have 1/4 inch in the center and the same overhang on each side. And these pieces, you know, I just kind of laid it out and measured it off the book and cut them. And these books are available in different sizes too, I think, but I just like this one. So and I am going to alternate these just because I like the idea of that. So I'm going to put the print on this print on one side, and then I'm going to flip it over and put the coordinating print on the back. But again, that's just a matter of taste and, you know, whatever you want to do. And I am using my art glitter glue for this. Hope everybody's having a good week. I just wanted to pop on and do something kind of quick and something that I hope you guys can find useful. And then, of course, Saturday we'll go back into working in the Gypsy Journal. And I want to thank you guys for subscribing to my channel. It's growing slowly but surely, and I am planning to do a giveaway, and I'll explain a little bit more about that on Saturday. But I would like to get to 500 subscribers by the end of the year, and that may not be a goal I could reach, but I would like to reach that. And if I do, I know I am at 260 some odd, and at 300 I am going to do a giveaway, and then again at 500. And like I said, I'll give some more details about that on Saturday. But I really appreciate it. I was so hesitant to do the YouTube thing, and one of my friends at work kept saying, you need to do it, you need to do it. So I'm trying to do it. And you guys have been so good in supporting me, and I really appreciate it. Alright, and like I said, I'm flipping it over on the back. The print. And we're going to do just a solid on the back. You can also do I did 3 different versions when I did these for the show. I did, you know, the gratitudes for Thanksgiving, for, you know, Days of Gratitude for November. I did some of these for Christmas lists, and I also did ones that could be used as little prayer journals. And for those, I included on the card that you move through the days or whatever, I included a list of prayer prompts. And those went really well. It was at the fall bazaar. It was like a fall bazaar that I did. So that's another idea for you guys too, if you do craft shows and such. Is another thing that went really well for just, you know, an inexpensive kind of thing for people to grab is I made several bookmarks, cute little bookmarks, and those went real well. And of course, you know, that's nothing. You can take your scraps and make really cute little bookmarks. All right, so there's that part. And now what we're going to do is we're going to glue this on. And I actually think I'm going to round the edges on that, on this. And again, that's, you know, you can round them or not round them. It's really a personal decision. You could do some rounded and some not. These would also be real cute for brides. Or you could really make cute little bridal journals, and for the bride to keep up with her little schedule and that kind of thing, if she's a paper person. That's the thing, is so many people now put everything on their phones, and that's nice, but it's not like a permanent thing, you know. I remember when I got married, I had this notebook, and even when my daughter got married, you know, she had a notebook that had everything in it, all the contacts, and we had cell phones then, but she kept it, because she kept pictures, you know, of dresses she liked, or cakes she liked, or decorations and flowers and all that kind of stuff. And so she actually had a little notebook. All right. Now, what we could do is, like I did on this one, is we could embellish it with some lace down that edge. Or we could leave it how it is. Again, that is personal preference. And I've got this. You know, do I want that on there? Yeah, that looks pretty cute. It's kind of vintage looking, isn't it? I think I'll move it over some. So we'll put this on here. Again, I'm going to use my 3-in-1 on that, and I'm actually going to put it on the book, not on the lace. Okay, so there's that. And then on the inside, and I'm going to put those pockets, and I just used another one of the pieces out of the scrapbook paper, and we'll glue those down on 3 sides. And you want to leave just a little bit of room there so that your book will close without bending that pocket. I'm just cutting around this corner. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing on the back side. And this is just great, especially if you're using it for Christmas, because what I do is, this is where I keep my receipts. So if something, you know, if I buy something and I get it home and it doesn't work or it has to be returned or whatever, I know my receipts are in here. And I can go and find them, and they're all in one place. So I guess that's a little bit old school, but that's all right with me. And again, I'm just trimming edge here, and I could have cut those exact, but you know, that's the way that goes. And then I think I'll ink around this inside too, just to kind of give it a little bit more character. And you could embellish these pockets if you want. I've got some little pieces of ephemera I'm gonna stick in there that came with a paper pack, just to, so they have something in there. Just at little extra places to make notes if you need to, or to hide, you know, if you got something that you want to write down that you don't want other people to see. And like I said, these are in the paper pack. And this one says, I will honor Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all the year. We'll stick that in there, and then these cute little tags. And I'm gonna put a little hole reinforcer on there. There's no reason for it other than I think it'll look better with it. And they're a little big for it, but we'll just trim it off. And we might also put some, I've got some little baker's twine. Again, no purpose other than it's cute. Not everything has to have a purpose. Put that in there. And again, you can embellish here as well if you wanted to. Excuse me. Alright, and then I've got this little just faux postcard to the back. And another little tag. And just fold that one over. Let's get another piece of little twine. Stick that one in there. All right, and then for the card, I have this card that is just a flashcard, a mathematical flashcard, but you see it says 2 plus 5, 25. So I thought that was cute, and it's just got some scrapbook paper that's been torn. It's got a stamp, and then I put a tab on it. And that's the back side is just scrapbook paper. So we'll stick that there, and it actually could be trimmed off a little bit. Can I trim it without? Yes, if I trim it right at his feet, I'm going to my, I'm not sure if you can see me, but I'm going to my trimmer, which is over to my left side. And re-ink that bottom. So that'll stick in there, like so. Actually, I wish that tab was a little shorter, but that's okay. It'd be all right. And then now we have to embellish our little pen holder, which should be good and dry by now. All right, so we know this is the outside that's going to clip on like this. So we want to be sure when we embellish it that we've got it the right way. And for this, I have this little card, and there are also some little faux stamps that are in that paper kit, and I'm going to rough up the edges because they're way, 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 way too small to try to put any kind of like really stamp edge on them. So I'm going to take this little thing and rough them up and then ink it, and I think that'll be good enough. Okay, and I'm going to take this down a little bit. I think I'm going to cut it like right outside of this red edge, so it's not quite as big. If I can cut it straight. that's better. Okay, let's see how I want to do this. I may have to trim it just a little bit more. You don't really want anything hanging off of these because they're going to catch in your bag. You know, if you've got, I'm going to try to keep things pretty flat, which is so not me. But in this particular case, you want to try to keep things pretty flat so that it doesn't hang. We may put just a little bit of trim. Let's use fabric tack first. That down. And we'll put this piece down. Part of the reason that I did this paper on this particular one is my granddaughter is in a play at school, and they're doing, it's not called Scrooge, it's actually called Tim Cratchit. So I'm not sure exactly if it's going to follow the Scrooge story or what, but when I saw this paper, I thought, oh, well, I'll do that since she's going to be in that play. Really. And then, of course, this says, God bless us, everyone. And I don't want to block that, and I don't want to block him, so I may cut off and do just 2 of these. Hope you can see I've got all my glue bottles stacked up there. Yep. And do I want to do maybe a little button? Those are both black. I feel like it needs something to kind of break that up, like a different color. I don't want to use a book page that's too brittle because obviously it'll just come apart. Let's see, what do we got? Oh, maybe we can use, this is another page with the same paper. That really doesn't do much to break it up, does it? I'm just fussy cutting around this flower a little bit. Oh. I bet I have... Oh, do I have something close? I've been kind of trying to dig out my Christmas stuff slowly but surely, because I need to get some stuff listed, and I need to make some stuff. No, that's too big. It's gonna be too big. I thought I had a little piece of ephemera that said, oh, this is it. Maybe since we're doing the stamps, we can do something like that. Maybe we just need to not worry about it. Nope. All right, for now we're going to leave it like this because I'm not happy with any of that, and you guys don't need to suffer through me trying to decide what I want to do. Okay, so that's it. Now we're just going to clip this on here. Oh, no, that's not it. We need to put our ribbon on here to close it up. What color do we want? Yep. And this is just crinkled seam binding, and it is from my scrap cabin on Etsy. If I can find the end. I end up with about 5,000 ends on these things because I can't ever find the ends, and so I get frustrated and I cut it. There we go. And I'm just going to kind of wrap it and give myself enough room to make a bow. That should be good. Move my little scrappies out of the way. And then I'm going to take just a little tad of 3-in-1. And you could also get fancy and put this under that spine piece and then you know, cut a slit for it to come out if you wanted to, but I find this works just fine, and it does not show through the ribbon or anything once it dries. Just kind of hold it in place for a minute. And I still don't have that edge cut straight. That's better. Okay. Tie our bow, and the way that I displayed them is I put the pen in, the pencil rather, or pen, whichever, like that, and then I tie the bow. And you can also make these and sell them individually, just as the pen holders. You know, you don't have to just do them for journals. And there you go. You put them in a nice little cellophane bag, and, you know, put one of your cards in there, and you're good to go. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Just a little quickie tutorial on altering a ready-made journal book. And like I said, it's pretty much endless as to what you can make them for. And they make great little stocking stuffers. If you have somebody, co-workers, they're really good for co-workers. If, you know, you do gifts for co-workers, you can do it, you know, on their, that was really a wet baby wipe. You could do it, you know, with their initial on them, monogrammed. You know, it's just a great little gift. So, thanks again, guys, and I hope everybody is staying healthy and staying safe, and we'll see you Saturday. Bye.